There's like four scenarios that could play out here over the next few months, right? Base case being sort of status quo. We get a little bit of a Fed rate cut in September. The inflation numbers this week generally fall in line with expectations, call it 2.5 to 3%. Jobs numbers kind of stay stagnant to flat to zero. So that's scenario one. What happens in that scenario? Who knows? You probably get a couple cuts before the end of the year. You get more articles about how the job market's kind of terrible and consumer sentiment continues to suffer. Another scenario would be, as we're alluding to earlier, the inflation skyrockets, right? We finally get some of these numbers from the tariffs coming in, and you do get 4 or 5% inflation, making people pretty nervous, I would say. In that case, maybe the job numbers are okay. Maybe you have, CPI, PPI, certainly through expectations. What does that do for the Fed? What kind of situation is the Fed in? If that happens, then you've got, so that's scenario two, right? Scenario three would be inflation stays low, but there's still growth concerns, right? Unemployment continues to climb. Not a terrible scenario to be in. We probably get more rate cuts from the Fed. Then worst case scenario, probably stagflation, right? That's sort of, I think, just a 4-letter word in the finance industry, and it's not something anybody wants to see. And